other actors, everyone else was Scottish.
They were all Scottish. I think there might be a Brit or two in between there, I'm not sure, but they were basically Scottish, yeah.
And was that a conscious, I mean obviously I'll talk to Nick about it, but was that a conscious decision too? Because the Scottish accent is almost, because if you're Vikings you're not going to be Scottish, but the Scottish accent...
I mean, yeah, obviously we didn't want to go for an all British or all American sound. So the Scottish in my ears, even though it's English, has that kind of fairy tale sound to it. It can be very elfish or a certain time. And so it was a very deliberate choice from Nick's.
I'm not working, Nicholas, you've done, was it...
done 4 films.
Four films.
Pusher 1 and 2 and Bleeder and this one, yeah.
And what is it about working with him? Were you friends before? Or
No, we did in the first film, obviously, working partners. I mean, we're not calling each other every night, but once we start working, we basically just move in together and start working. Well, I did my first film with him, and that was his as well. And I love the way he works. It's different every time. Every time he has a new idea, he's always full of some surprises I'm not necessarily super happy with, but it's always something the next morning. You can't plan it with him. And I think that's beautiful and very challenging. Yeah, very graphic.
It's clearly going to get a very high rating anyway.
Yeah, it will. And in a way, the kids who are 10 won't want to see it. So here you go. But it's an epic film, and the other films he's done, he's not been graphic on his violence. It's been violent films, but it's been very focused on the guy who's actually the violent person. And we rarely see what happens. And this time he turned the camera around because obviously I'm not talking, I only have one eye. And he's not full of emotions, but what he does have inside of him is what he's doing. So we thought it was a good idea to actually see what is the brutality inside this character.
You think it's a very brave film to make for you and for Nicholas?
I mean, the word brave is always used in vain, I think. I mean, what is brave? Brave is when you're climbing up a mountain to save somebody and you don't have to, but somebody's life is in stake. So brave is brave. I don't know. It's a different film. And in terms of like...
or ballsy.
Yeah, maybe that's a word, because I mean, what's the worst case scenario? People hate it and we do another film if we're lucky. But it's brave in the sense that we haven't done anything like that before, and at least not together at all. And so that was like very thin ice for us to walk on.
And it's a pretty bleak film, a very, very brutal film as well.
Yeah.
Was it bleak and brutal in terms of production? Because you were standing around in the Scottish Highlands.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we were taking cars up the hill for an hour, and then we left the cars where they couldn't go any further, and we had to walk for another hour, and bringing all the gear up there, make sure the kid could come up there as well. And once we were there, everything started raining and thunder, storming, 0 degrees. And there we are, shoot. Have a fight, guys. Take your clothes off. Kill each other. And that was every day. And it was not like, oh, tomorrow's going to be easy. No, every day was like that. So it was really, really physical stuff.
Was it, I mean, as an actor, I guess that was possibly one of the most, was that an extremely challenging role? Because I mean, if you're trying to portray an emotion or whatever just by glancing off into the distance or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say it would have been a very different thing if that was a contemporary film about a domestic drama and the guy was mute, but he was a nice doctor, and then he would try to make himself understood. But that was not the case here. This is not a person, this is an animal that does not communicate with anything. And not necessarily, he doesn't have a happy face or a sad face. He is what we call extremely neutral, unless it comes to fighting. And that was the purpose. But that was kind of difficult from the beginning, because you have a tendency, it's a strong tool to talk for every human person in the world, and definitely for an actor. And they take that away, and then the rest what you got is your face. And don't use that too much, just try to stay neutral. And it was pretty difficult the first couple of weeks, but I think we got it eventually.
About the Danish film Valhalla Rising, and I'm very happy to introduce the actor Mikkelsen and director Nicholas. Welcome. Yeah, when you arrived yesterday and you flew in from Paris where you screened your film. How was the reactions in France, Nicolas?
Very good.
Something more?
Exceptionally good.
I know you said, Mats, yesterday something about that the reactions are a bit different from what they are in Scandinavia when you screen a film.
Yes. I'll just emphasize that. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously when you go to a country like France, they have we in Scandinavia have a long tradition as well, but they also have a long tradition of different films.